Yo guys, it's me SpongeBob number 1 fan 2003 here, and as you can see I'm here with a super awesome SpongeBob SquarePants movie book. And I actually just got this book here a few weeks ago, and this is actually a very super awesome book. I really love it. And this is actually the SpongeBob SquarePants movie junior novelization, and that's really cool. So as you can see on the front cover, there's SpongeBob and Patrick with their really cool seaweed mustaches right here. And then there's Plankton right there. He's like trapped in a bubble. And then there's the SpongeBob SquarePants movie logo right here. And then there's like a nice little beach setting right here. Okay, and here's the spine really quick. It's like this nice pretty bluey turquoise color. And then here's the back. So obviously right here is a super long description. And this book was actually adapted by Mark Cirosini. And obviously this book was made in 2004 because obviously this movie is from 2004. Okay, so let's start looking at the pages that are in this book. And it's pretty obvious that this book doesn't really have like a lot of pictures in it. Yeah, it mostly just has a lot of words, but there are 8 colorful pictures in here, just like the other 2 novels right here. Okay, and obviously once again this book was adapted by Mark Cirosini and obviously based off of the actual real movie. And this book was obviously once again made in 2004, just like the actual movie was. Okay. So here's chapter 1. So we're in Bikini Atoll or Bikini Bottom, and there's actually some trouble going on because it's pretty obvious that someone orders the Krabby Patty with cheese and the customer didn't get any cheese on the Krabby Patty, so SpongeBob comes and he helps the customer out. And SpongeBob actually gets some golden tweezers and he puts the cheese carefully on the Krabby Patty, and then everything is all back to normal. And apparently it was just a dream, and SpongeBob wakes up and he's in a very happy mood because it's actually the grand opening for the Krusty Krab 2. And SpongeBob gets ready for the day, and then here's chapter 2. So Squidward's taking a shower, and then SpongeBob comes in and he tells him about the grand opening, and he's very excited, but Squidward throws him out. And then SpongeBob starts by Patrick's house, and Patrick is so happy for his best friend that they sing the Goofy Goober theme song. And obviously Plankton is very jealous because obviously Mr. Krabs gets a lot of customers, but Plankton never gets any customers. So let's see. So SpongeBob accidentally steps on Plankton as Plankton's having his big rage. And here's chapter 3. So SpongeBob steps on Plankton. And yeah, Plankton really wants to rule the world. And then it's finally time to announce the manager for the Krusty Krab 2, and SpongeBob is really super happy because Mr. Krabs like has a lot of clues because the name starts with the letter S, and he's a very like good worker, and apparently it's actually Squidward that gets the promotion and SpongeBob doesn't get it. And SpongeBob is very devastated, and he goes into a deep depression, and apparently everyone like thinks SpongeBob is a kid. So SpongeBob goes home in a very sad and like depressed like mood and stuff, and then Patrick comes and he actually had a big surprise. But apparently since SpongeBob didn't get the promotion, the plan was ruined. So here's chapter 4. So Plankton actually has an evil plan. So he goes to King Neptune's castle and he goes to steal the crown, and yeah, King Neptune is very upset that he can't find his crown, and then SpongeBob is at the Goofy Goober ice cream party boat, but SpongeBob's not having a very good time, and he's just crying because he didn't get the promotion, and he's very devastated, and he's just crying non-stop. And the only thing that apparently makes him happy is eating like a lot of triple gooberberry sunrises, and him and Patrick eat so many that they actually get all like high on sugar from all of it. And here's chapter 5. So there's a lot of ice cream everywhere, and then the next day SpongeBob and Patrick are still like super drunk from the ice cream, and then SpongeBob realizes that he's late for work, but he's still very, very upset at Mr. Krabs. And then King Neptune comes and he blames Mr. Krabs for the crown being stolen because there was actually a note that said, "I stole your crown, signed Eugene Krabs." And SpongeBob comes and he tells everyone that Mr. Krabs is a big jerk for not giving him the promotion. And then here's chapter 6. So King Neptune lights Mr. Krabs on fire, and he's about ready to like kill Mr. Krabs, and yeah, obviously King Neptune is very, very upset at Mr. Krabs for stealing the crown, and then SpongeBob almost gets killed with Mr. Krabs, and then Mindy tells her daddy to stop it, and just to give SpongeBob a chance to get the crown back. So SpongeBob and Patrick are ready to go get the crown, and they actually get into this car. It's called the Paddy Wagon. And then they head out with the Paddy Wagon, and now they're on their way to Shell City to get the crown back. And as they're listening to the Goofy Goober theme song, they have to stop by a gas station to get their car filled up with gas. And yeah, Floyd and Lloyd are not nice people, and here are the colorful pictures. So yeah, there's SpongeBob, as he's very excited to get the promotion, and then he doesn't get it. And then there's Patrick and SpongeBob eating the ice cream, and they're all drunken. And then King Neptune in his big rage. And Patrick and SpongeBob are in the Paddy Wagon, and then they come across the nice monsters. And then SpongeBob and Patrick come across Dennis. And there's Mindy giving them their mustaches. Then they got the crown, and then there's David Hasselhoff, and then the Bucketheads, and then the Goofy Goober rock song. Okay. And then this thug actually comes, and he steals Patrick and SpongeBob's Paddy Wagon. And now the Chum Bucket is very, very popular, because now they're serving Krabby Patties. And then Plankton actually has like the thing, like the buckets on mind control, and everyone is like, "All hail Plankton!" And then Patrick and SpongeBob see the thug tug, and then there's their Paddy Wagon. And then SpongeBob and Patrick have to go create a distraction so SpongeBob can get the key. And okay. And then they go to the bathroom, and SpongeBob has to wash off his hands. And then they have a little bubble party from the soap dispenser. And then apparently Victor, the manager of the Thug Tug, gets very, very upset because obviously they don't allow bubbles in the place. And then the DJ turns on the Goofy Goober theme song to see who is the big baby. And then these two Siamese twins actually sing the song, and everyone like beats them up. And then Patrick and SpongeBob get their car back. And then they head out back to Shell City. And then Plankton actually gets everyone in like the Bucketheads in mind control. And yep, all hail Plankton, all hail Plankton. And then SpongeBob and Patrick are on their way to Shell City. And obviously, like, they're still talking about, like, you know, weed them out. And then, they go to get ice cream because they're a little bit hungry. And apparently the old lady serving the ice cream is really a big monster. And obviously they lost their car again, and now they don't know what to do. And then Mindy comes back. And then she decides to turn them all into men, but... And then Patrick and SpongeBob are like crying non-stop, and then Dennis comes to the Thug Tug and he beats the heck out of Victor. And yeah. So Mindy turns SpongeBob and Patrick into men by putting some seaweed on their faces as little mustaches. And now SpongeBob and Patrick are all ready to go get the crown back. And now we're on chapter 11, so... And then SpongeBob and Patrick are like so happy with their mustaches that they sing a song. And then these nice monsters join in with their song. And apparently SpongeBob and Patrick sort of hurt their feelings by saying that they're hideous, disgusting monsters. And then they meet Dennis. And they're very, very scared of Dennis because he's a really, really mean guy. And then apparently... this big thing, like this big boot, stomps on Dennis, and then the Cyclops kidnaps SpongeBob and Patrick, and then he puts them in a bag, and then he takes them back to his place, and then the Cyclops places Patrick and SpongeBob in this light, and then they begin to dry out. And unfortunately, Patrick and SpongeBob pass away from the lack of water. And then they start to cry, and then their teardrops actually form a heart, and then they go into the little thing, and then let me try to think here. So, like, after the tear goes onto the cord with the light, then the power goes out, and then, like, since there was some smoke, fortunately, there's some water spraying everywhere, and then Patrick and SpongeBob absorb all the water, and then they come back to life. And since all of the sea critters who died from all of the lack of water, like, the water, like, sprays everywhere, and then all the sea creatures come back to life, and then they beat the Cyclops up, and... and then David Hasselhoff comes, and he takes SpongeBob and Patrick back to the Bikini Bottom place. And then King Neptune is about ready to kill Mr. Krabs, and then fortunately SpongeBob and Patrick come back in time. Hold on a second. Okay, then a lot of trouble is coming again because now King Neptune is under Plankton's mind control thing, and then SpongeBob throws in a really, really big speech and about the kids stuff, and then SpongeBob sings the Goofy Goober Rock song, and when he becomes the big wizard, then like, the helmets actually break off of everyone. And now Plankton is under arrest and stuff for everything. And then King Neptune is very, very happy. And then he unfreezes Mr. Krabs. And now everything is back to normal. And then SpongeBob actually becomes manager because Squidward actually gives him the pin. And this is the greatest day of SpongeBob's life. And that's actually pretty much all for the movie book. And then here's this really cool advertisement for the SpongeBob SquarePants movie video game. So anyways, that's actually pretty much all for the SpongeBob SquarePants movie novelization. This is actually a very super cool book. My favorite part was when SpongeBob sang the Goofy Goober Rock song, and then everything is back to normal, and Plankton is under arrest for his bad deeds, and that's very, very cool. So yep, I hope you guys enjoy my review for the SpongeBob SquarePants movie junior novelization. So yep, goodbye everybody, have a great day, and peace out.